birthday, Toastmaster Yash.
Thank you, dear Modi. I'll be turning 20 this time, and I am 20 right now. And as a 20-year-old, I'm no more a teen, but I'm not an adult either. So like I'm in this weird place of not being a teen, not being an adult, and I'm still 1 year away from me being led into clubs. But I hope this weird helps with something. Either way, for those of you who don't know, my birthday was on the 15th of October, and it's been 9 days since then. And it was during cats, which means it was pretty stressful and all. But my roommates did a very good job of like having a good party. They got this real small cake, a chocolate cake, which had "Happy Birthday Level 100 Cat" on it. So that was very fun. And then other than that, I had my friends from Fogo make this very cute little video, which really made me tear up as well. Other than that, my friends from back home obviously forgot to call me, but at this point it's a ritual. And I got on a call with my parents, and for some reason my mom is more excited than I am about my birthday. She's making more plans about when I return back home. And all of this is nice, all of this is very fun. But there was something very odd about this birthday. This was my 20th birthday. 20th has to hold some sort of milestone, right? I mean, some value that I don't understand. And that is what I was searching for. And everything was jolly, everything was fantastic. People were wishing me, and these cats went on, cats got over, whatever. 1 week later, as I'm sitting at 4 a.m. in the morning, still trying to recover from this very messed up sleep schedule of mine, I get this ping on my phone. And I'm like, no, please, not TMI word, cats just got over it, I can't deal with this. And as soon as I take my phone, I see it's from my brother, Rishabh Bhaiya, my cousin brother. And a bit of context about Rishabh Bhaiya. Anything you see about me, Yash, my habits, my personality, whoever I am, I'd say about 90% of it is derived from who he is. He's been in almost every aspect of my life. He's been through all my first sport, my first sleepover, everything that I did was with him. If I had to give you 3 adjectives to describe him, so you know enough, it would be rational, ambitious, and just super cool. And I take a lot after him, right? Because I've just grown up with him. And when I got a message from him, I was excited. So I pulled up my phone, I opened WhatsApp, and I see a message. Happy birthday, Yash. That's it. And I was like, okay, fine, maybe more. Say thank you, and I continue. And 2 minutes later, there's another ping. And this time, it's a text wall. It's this long wall of something that, after reading, really got me thinking. And this text wall is what I want to share with you guys in my speech today. It is something that I hope you guys can take some inspiration from. It's something I hope you guys can think about. This text wall was divided into 4 parts and had an introduction that I'd like to read out to you guys. This introduction is sort of personal, but it's something that really hit me. It started off like this. Okay. I know on this day everyone says you're amazing, you're so good, yada yada yada. But I'm not going to say that. I know that doesn't help you a lot. So I'm going to give you an introduction into the 20-year club. You've played the tutorial game of life long enough, and it's time for you to now to start playing ranked. Below I've written down 4 points. 2 questions I want you to ask yourself, and 2 things I want you to remember as you start this journey of being a 20-year-old. I hope you take something from this. You guys get what I mean by he's so cool, right? He just has this charisma about him, which is what I really like. And now I'd like to share those 4 points. The first point. The first point, which is a question. What would you dream of if you knew you couldn't fail? I'll repeat. What would you dream of if you knew you couldn't fail? With a quick show of hands, how many of you have had this time or this instance where you're scrolling through reels and you see something and you're like, oh my god, I want to try this out. Or you watch a YouTube video and you're like, damn, this is interesting, I should try this. Anyone? Yes, almost everyone. And how many of you actually went ahead and did that? A couple. Okay, a lot of you, that's great. I find myself not really living up to what I think I should be doing. And a lot of these times, it's because I think I'll fail. It's because I'm scared of what will happen if I try to do that and it doesn't play through. And It's unfair if you just let the sense of failure stop you from dreaming. I mean, what as humans, it's only what you dream that defines you. And why would you want to limit that? Why do you want to restrict that? Dream all you can because you don't know what you want to do next. Think, just be wild, go wild. You're a 20-year-old in this world full of possibilities. Why are you stopping yourself? The second point. It's a thing he wants me to remember. This too shall pass. I'll repeat it. This too shall pass. And this one sentence is a very simple truth. I mean, this too shall pass. It talks about time. But the more you think about it, this can be divided into three different things. The first one, talking about, again, time. You're having a good time? I'm sorry, but this too shall pass. You're having a hard time. Guess what? This too shall pass. The second one, being about friends. He said that he's sure that in college I have a lot of friends. Sure. But he said that this too shall pass. And as much as I disagree and I don't want that to be true, it is the truth. It is the bitter truth that it will pass. There will be a time where we all will be disconnected. And it is something that I must agree with. And the third aspect of it being my relations, my family. I never know when it's going to be the last time I talk to my grandparents because they too will pass. So this one very simple sentence holds so much weight to it and can be applied to literally anything and everything you do. So just remember that this too shall pass. The third one is another question. What would you say to your friend if he was in the same situation as you? And this question is there to remind me that I should probably befriend myself. I tend to go too hard on myself. I tend to beat myself up even for the smallest mistakes. And that's not the way to lead life. How much ever I want to be a perfectionist, I just cannot live life by constantly being in this never-ending battle with myself. So maybe I should befriend myself. Maybe if I have a problem with something, I should treat it as if a friend of mine has the same problem and I help him. Because we all know when a friend comes up to you and asks you for a solution of life, there's that therapy switch that turns on and you just yap solutions. But that switch just gets lost when you are yourself in a problem. So that is what this question wants to remind me of. The fourth and final point being, make a good self-image. Now the first 3 points I could understand, I could make out at least something of what it was. But this fourth point was something totally new. Make a good self-image. What can this possibly mean? And I did a bit of research and I talked to Rishabh about it and he told me this very weird thing. Self-image comes down to a very simple quote. You cannot rise up above what you think of yourself. And what this means is very simple. Winners view themselves as winners and losers view themselves as losers. There's a very simple secret to life, which is just view yourself as who you want to be. Just doing this simple step puts you on the right path to exactly where you want to be. And this is what he wants me to do. Sure, you might have made a lot of mistakes, you would have failed in life, but you've made mistakes, you aren't a mistake. You've failed in life, but you aren't a failure. Just thinking, just not reliving all these negative failures, just not reliving all these depressing thoughts and just changing your thoughts to a rather successful and a positive note can set you on the right path, can get you to start doing things the right way. Just thinking like a winner will cause you to act like one, which will then result in you being a winner. So as I read through all these 4 points, I was rather happy because I got a lot of wishes and that's fantastic. But he knows me, and he knows that Yash turning 20 is a big enough thing for him. That 20 is a milestone, right? Just like I said, you've lived long enough that you can maybe reflect on what you've done, but you have enough of a life ahead of you that you can maybe make a few changes, maybe start something new, maybe try something different. And that is what he wanted me to do, and I'm grateful for that. So if any of you have taken even one point, I'll repeat those. The first one was a question. What would you dream of if you knew you couldn't fail? The second one was something you must remember. This too shall pass. The third one was another question. What would you say to your friend if he or she was in the same situation? And the fourth one was something to remember: make a good self-image. If any one of you even thinks about either of these 4 points, I'll consider this speech a win. Thank you.